I guess this is a good time to mention that I'm not in Australia. I actually moved to Japan right now. However, my body still seems to be acclimated and calibrated to Australian gravity, unfortunately. So it's gonna take me a minute to get used to that. You might have known, or you might have, you know, had the feeling if you've been watching my streams lately, but I've been in Japan for a little while now. Finally, was able to get all my affairs sorted recently, like last week, so I could start streaming. Anycolor was very, very kind and supportive to help me get a visa so I can stay here for a long time. And I'm really excited because now that I'm here, I'll have plenty of opportunities to use a studio and do more 3D and you know, studio-centric content, and make use of all the resources that are afforded to us by Nijisanji. Because it's been such a pain. I gotta be real, guys. The last few years, I've had to fly back and forth from Australia to Japan, which is a 9+ hour trip every time. And I had to do that multiple times a year, which can be a little draining. And it's been like, you know, if I wanted to stream while I was in Japan, it's always been a real struggle. You know, if I'm not able to secure the environment, I've got to go to, you know, the studio to get a booth, and that's also a problem. And you know, it's been pretty rough, and that's kind of been draining on my motivation to do stuff. But now that I'm here, I'm really hoping that I'll be able to make the best of the situation and be able to not only do more regular streams at home, but to maybe do off collabs as well, and yeah, make use of the studio and things like that. And it's really convenient living in Japan for a guy like me. It's just, you know, I've always, you know, I've spent a lot of time in Japan since I've been pretty young. I've been to Japan a lot of times. I don't know, I can't even count it on my 2 hands and feet at this point. So, you know, I'm pretty comfortable living here already. And, you know, I got a decent grasp on how to live and get things done around here, although it's still been a little bit of pain as a, you know, a foreign national coming to a new country. There's all sorts of bureaucracy that you have to go through, but it's stuff that mostly stuff that I've done before, maybe a few different stuff that I didn't have to deal with before. I gotta worry about taxes now. That's not something I've had to worry about before in Japan. So that's one thing. But yeah, it's just it's so nice having like living in a walkable city and having very accessible public transport and resources like that. Rather than, you know, in Australia, you basically gotta drive and have a car wherever you go, which is fine. But if you have a car, which I do, and I can drive, it's just, you know, I'd much rather not if I can get away with taking public transport. So it's really nice that it's more doable around here, and you know, everything that you need is like so easily accessible around here, and it's just a beautiful place with beautiful people. You know, I love being here. Honestly, it's just nice that I don't have to drive a car anymore. Although, you know, I'm actually I'm thinking about getting my license in Japan, just so I have the option if I wanted to, for whatever reason. I've never driven in a country outside of Australia, I don't think, so it might take a second to get used to, but if I can manage, you know, it'll be nice to go out of town, go traveling around the country as well. I think I might be eligible for an international driver's license. We'll see.